If you own a Hellcat and you live in the north and winter is approaching, one of the things you got to consider is the maintenance of the battery. So in this video, what I'm going to do is show you the location of the battery on the Hellcat, the type of battery it is, and how to maintain your battery over the winter. All right, so the battery is located in the trunk, and I'm going to go ahead and just do a reading. So it's a 12.62. Okay, so that's relatively healthy. That's a good sign. So this battery, it's a AGM style battery, absorbent glass mat type of battery. Typically you'll find these on usually the higher performance vehicles that demand more electrical power. For example, if your vehicle has the auto start stop feature, those typically have an AGM battery as opposed to the traditional free flow type of battery. As you just saw, the voltage on the battery, the Hellcat is a 12.6, which is pretty much perfect. That's where it should be. And if it's below 12.6, it needs to be charged. And if it ever gets down to 11 volt, it seriously needs some charging on the battery. And if it's around 10 volt, your battery is pretty much toast. So 12.6 is what I'm at. And I want to maintain that over the winter. So what I'm going to do is show you how I maintain the battery on the Hellcat. So basically I have this Trickle charger right here. Positive is going to go right here. So positive first. And then there's a ground post right here. There you go, it's 12.6. I'm going to go ahead and plug this in. Just to protect the paint. And then on this one, the mode that I'm going to go to right here is AGM, because the Hellcat has an AGM style battery. So this is an intelligent charger. Basically what that means is it'll keep trickle charging until it's full, and then it'll shut off, and I'll just repeat that cycle. So my battery is pretty much excellent at this point. It's at nearly 100%. So this is how I maintain the battery of the Hellcat over the winter. Okay, so I showed you the location of the battery, and I'll basically just leave that charger like this for about 5 to 6 months. I don't go ahead and start it over the winter every now and then. People say you should start it every now and then just to you know, lubricate the engine and all that, but I don't really believe in that. I mean, every time you start the engine, it puts wear. So if you don't need to start it, don't start it. But man, look at this engine. I've had this car for almost 2 years now and put on approximately 5,000 miles. That's how I maintain the battery on the Hellcat over the winter. And for the C8 over here, kind of a similar concept. Although I do find this one is a lot easier to maintain. Basically, I've got a Porsche Trickle charger. Now let me change this. And this one I just basically, oh, it's locked. But basically this one I just plug into the front trunk access for the 12 volts. So it's super easy. So that's the setup for the Corvette. So right now, tomorrow is December. I probably won't be taking these cars out on the road until April 1st. So I got 4 months to go. It's gonna be a long 4 months. But anyways, guys, so that's how you trickle charge the Hellcat. I've got low pressure on this tire. It's always low. What is it at? Let's see. 27 psi. Okay. Let's put that at 34. Actually, let's go 35. So while that tire on the TRX is inflating, it's a good reminder about the tires on the Hellcat. So I think it's a really good idea to overinflate your tires a little bit. I don't think it's absolutely necessary. I feel like the tires these days are built with so much better quality than in the past. Getting flat spots on modern tires, I don't think really happens, but it wouldn't hurt to just put a little bit more air. And I'll go ahead and add a little bit of fuel stabilizer, and that's pretty much all I really do for the Hellcat. The only other thing I'm going to be doing is changing the oil on this motor. So like I said, this car has 5,000 miles, and so far I've had one oil change, and that was at around, I believe, 3,000 miles or so at the dealership. Excuse me. I'm going to do my own oil change, and I'm going to go with AMSOIL Signature Series. I think this is by far the best oil that you can get. Now the SRT motors take Pennzoil Platinum, and I think this AMSOIL Signature Series is far superior than the Pennzoil. So I'll be go ahead and changing the oil on this, I guess, when it kind of warms up a little bit. And also we'll change the oil on the C8. So as you can see, it's at full already. I do think it's a good idea to charge the Porsche Cayenne as well. With the Cayennes, they're very finicky. When the battery starts going low, it starts causing a lot of electrical problems. I just replaced the battery this summer, and I am wanting to avoid any issues with this car because I haven't driven this car, I would say, oh boy, maybe about 10 days, maybe almost 2 weeks. And since this is full, just do the reverse, so negative and the positive. I think it would be a good idea to kind of switch back and forth. To attach the Trickle charger on the Cayenne is extremely easy. Basically, you need to remove this cover, and to do that, you just push on this tab right here. Pop that open. So there's your ground for the positive. You've got a ground here for your negative cable. So let's see what this is reading at. So 12.9, so that's really good actually. The Cayenne battery is also an AGM. So this one's still fully charged. The battery on the Porsche is very finicky. If you don't drive the car that often and it doesn't charge, you start getting electrical issues. I'm actually surprised it's at 13 volts. All right, so this is my setup. I've got the electric reel up there, so it's super easy. That way the Trickle charger doesn't get on the ground, it's not in the way. Give it a little bit of a charge. And then after that, I'll go ahead and plug it on the charger. But there you go. So that's how you Trickle charge your Hellcat battery for the upcoming winter. All right, guys, thanks for sticking to the end, and drive safe. I'll see you on the next one.